What is up, guys? Welcome back to another Arena of Valor esports video, and of course we are going to be continuing with that game 3 of the second semi-final of the APL 2020. BRU going up against HKA here, and BRU already leading this series 2-0, and it was some very convincing games by them. They definitely dominated these first two games, so we'll see how HKA is going to respond to that, those absolute stomps. I mean, it wasn't like crazy stomps, but they were always in the lead early, mid and late game throughout both of those games. And we have Eland'orr being banned out by BRU. Of course, they already picked it, so they have to ban it. Florentino being banned out as well, one of the best Slayer laners. HKA again banning that Richter, and this time also banning Laviel. However, that leaves Zip open, and this might be a huge mistake. Zip is super crazy strong, as I always keep pointing out. And we have an Ignis instantly being locked in, of course, with a lot of these mages being already picked by both teams. We had Nunu on Raz, we had Nunu on Dirac. Dirac is banned anyway, so Ignis is just the next best pick there. And an Alice, which really works well with Ignis. Creates just huge circle AoEs in team fights, both of them that just have so much CC. So definitely liking these two picks. Now Malok is up though, okay, for the side of BRU. Oh my god, I would love to see a Zata, but I don't think he's gonna pick it. I don't think he's gonna pick Tulan either. I think they have to pick something in the mid lane. I would like to see a Malok. Malok is very good against, I mean, it's not that good against Ignis, but if you get a good ult onto him, you really rain on his parade. But we have Kriknak coming out. That is the safer option here. It's just a very safe mid lane pick that can outrange Ignis to a certain extent. Yeah, it's just a very safe pick. And Omen, of course, one of the remaining Slayer laners that is just super strong. But we finally have an Eland'orr pick. Now, we've seen in other series Eland'orr being hugely prioritized by a lot of these teams, but in this one, so far, both teams not really opting for that Eland'orr, and we'll see how this pick turns out. Maybe they can't play it, but guys, these are top tier junglers. They can for sure play this Eland'orr. And yeah, we have a Violet ban coming out instantly, of course. HKA has their marksman already, so they can ban out some marksmen, some jungle marksmen especially. Maybe we'll see a Fennec ban here coming in. We have a Lubu ban to not be able to pick Lubu against that Omen, which of course is one of the heroes that can fight against Omen. And yeah, we'll see what the second ban will be. Lindis. Lindis, of course, a very nice ban against F1. He is one of the best Lindis players in the world. And we have a Roxy ban. Of course, Roxy also counter to Omen. Very nice ban. I'm liking that. And we'll see what HKA picks up here. They might pick a second support, second marksman, excuse me. Maybe something like a Joker, although Joker gets countered by Kriknak to a certain extent. It's very hard to play against good Kriknak because she just can catch you off guard from pretty far away. We have a Max being hovered. We'll see if this comes out. We have an Emily being hovered. I think Emily is pretty good into an Omen as well. She is that next best pick after Richter, after Roxy, and after, not Richter, excuse me, after Roxy and after Lubu. From what I know from back in the days. So yeah, we see an actual Emily pick. Now Emily could also go jungle, and we might see Eland'orr lane. Very unlikely, but if BRU comes out with some crazy picks here, we might just see that counter coming in. But yeah, we'll see what BRU picks here. They need a marksman, and we have Joker available. However, Joker isn't too good against Ignis and Alice, and he is pretty good against Eland'orr, but Eland'orr can also do magic damage to him with that passive. I believe it still goes through that S2, so yeah, I'm not sure what they will pick here. Of course, Talanas is not available anymore. Elsu is still available. As I said, Joker, Laviel is banned, Kefani was picked. Kriknak might come out here. Kriknak is really good against Emily. He really just catches her out. And we actually see an Elsu. I think 007X is also pretty, I mean, he's famous for all his marksmen, but I think Elsu is also one of the juicy ones of his, where everyone gets excited seeing it when he's on that Elsu. So yeah, we have the Kriknak being locked in as well. And we'll see how HKA will respond now. Again, a Joker is really good against Elsu, okay? And we have the Joker. Very nice pick, honestly. As I said, very nice double marksman combo here. And the Joker is not only really good against Elsu, he's also incredibly good against Kriknak. So that is a very good draft coming in from HKA. Honestly, I like their draft more, despite them giving away the zip. So yeah, definitely liking this so far. They have a very nice, they just have a very nice double marksman combo. They have the Alice to protect those double marksmen. They have that Emily who's just going to be incredibly tanky. She gets wrecked by Kriknak. So I fully expect BRU to play around their Slayer lane this game. And HKA to play around their marksman, around their Abyssal Dragon lane. Now the thing is though, BRU Summer is really known for just playing alone and just doing whatever he can alone, and BRU just putting all the focus on 007X and trying to get him ahead. So we might see that, and 007X is already getting a huge advantage here. He did the melee Elsu gameplay. That's exactly what you want to do as Elsu. You want to run in with your passive and try to catch an enemy off guard, and with those shotguns it just does so much damage to this Joker there. Beautifully played. And Eland'orr gank already coming in level 2, and they're trying to invade this red buff, but I don't think they can. I think BRU wins this. Oh, the teammate got completely caught though, and now we might still see BRU return a lot of damage here. They have Krixie and Elsu who just outrange the enemies. Elsu misses that snipe, but they are able to force away the enemies from their red buff. So at least F1 gets both his buffs. He leeches some mid lane experience as well, because of course he is falling behind. The enemies still managed to steal that little camp, and he shared his red buff experience with his team because they had to back him up. And now again, look, that's exactly what I'm telling you. Kriknak completely destroys Emily, just such an easy gank target for him. She doesn't have too much mobility. She already had to use that flicker there, and now this Alice is getting attacked and is taking a lot of damage. However, is able to get away, but I believe her heal got used. Actually, it got used before already, from what I can see there. So yeah, definitely HKA is in the advantage here because they invaded a little bit of the enemy jungle and they got that first blood. But you can see the gold really isn't in their favor, because BRU just got that top lane gank, forced Emily's flicker. She probably missed a little bit of farm to the tower there after they pushed in that wave, and that's where the gold lead is pretty much gone. And now this Eland'orr got completely caught, is definitely going to drop here. Beautiful trap there by Omen. He just face checked the bush where Omen could be in, and that's just a death sentence instantly. And yeah, pulls back that Emily as well. Kriknak just doing so much damage with that S1 against tanky targets, okay, like that Emily. So very, very nice. As I said, they are playing around that Slayer lane. Very well recognized by them that they should be doing that. And we have, of course, that bottom lane. I feel like it is just a marksman difference here. 007X seems to be a much better player than the man. It is what it is, because he is winning that lane consistently throughout this series so far, and is even winning right now in a matchup. The thing about Elsu against Joker is, I say Joker counters Elsu, he does, but Elsu really has no counters. It is such an incredibly broken hero, but the stream lag there. But the thing about Elsu is he's so hard to play. There is not many players who can actually play Elsu in competitive. There really isn't too many that are actually crazy good, where it makes an Elsu pick worth it, okay? Because if he just plays safe and hits snipes from far, right? The range is so big. It outranges the Joker rocket. It outranges Joker running in with S2, auto attacking you, ulting you. You're just completely safe. and the Joker can only use one S2 to block one of your snipes, and yeah, if you hit the other two, he's at 30% HP suddenly, you know? So if you hit those snipes, that's what I'm trying to say. Elsu has no counterplay, but it is so incredibly difficult to hit all snipes. It is literally unfeasible, okay? It is literally impossible to hit every single one. Unless you're literally a machine, I don't even know, it's crazy. And Zip tries to engage there, but is not able to. So as I said, if Elsu is played well, he can destroy Joker, like he's doing pretty well so far. Now we have the Eland'orr getting caught again by that Omen. I believe it was an Omen flicker ult, we didn't see it on the screen, but his ult is on cooldown, his flicker is on cooldown. So go figure. Yeah, he completes his Mantle of Ra, that's gonna make him pretty tanky, while also adding some nice, look at this. This is exactly what I'm telling you. Half health gone of this Joker. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. But usually, if you're playing solo ranked and you're playing against an Elsu, and he's a normal master pleb, okay? He's just an absolute, he's a normal mediocre player, okay? You're gonna clown on him with Joker, even if you're worse than him, just because it's a good matchup for Joker, unless the Elsu is a god. Now, we have a 3-1 in the kill score. We have a almost 2k gold lead again, just building up for the side of BRU. They are playing the early game so much better than HKA, despite HKA having the better early game draft, for sure, in my opinion. Because, yeah, and beautiful Elsu snipe onto that. I mean, Elsu Omen is such a nice combo. You enable snipes like that are just very easy to hit. And look at this, Kriknak just going deep here. Oh my god, and he knows he can go in. That was a very nice play by F1. Most people would have just backed out, but he goes in, auto attacks that Joker, drops him really low, and then uses his Arctic Orb to leave no counterplay for the enemies. Drops the tower aggro, and I believe Omen finished off that kill there. Just very, very well played by F1 here. Is he gonna die here though? I think he is. He dodges the rocket very easily, is already far away. Ooh, that's a dead Alice. Ooh, not quite. She's very tanky. Didn't expect that, but it's a dead Joker almost. If he hits that, okay. Nice dodges coming in by both teams there. And yeah, we'll see if this Ignis has to watch out here, is on the chase, but I don't think he can really do a lot here. He is gonna do some damage to this guy, but ooh, Nunu gets completely outplayed by Joker. Joker also dodges the Elsu snipe, and yeah, dodges another one. And yeah, but you can see the Joker has to play so safe to not get hit by those snipes. And we have again that Omen Kriknak duo. This is exactly what I'm telling you, and this is very confusing that Eland'orr is ganking this lane. I think that's a huge mistake. He should not be playing around this Emily. She's already behind. She cannot win. They can't win this 2v2. The Omen is way too tanky. Yeah, there's just no way for them to win this 2v2. Very confusing as to why Shaolin is going for that gank instead of helping his Joker and Alice lane. That's where he should be right now. And that's where he should be ganking most of the time. Now we'll see, we have a 4.2k gold, 4.2k gold onto this jungler of HKA, Eland'orr. Meanwhile, we have 7.1k on F1, okay, on Kriknak. That is just such a huge jungle difference. It is crazy. We have a Muramasa completed by Elsu, so he's going to be dealing that true damage with those snipes, with that S1 passive. And we have, right as I'm saying that, we have another beautiful Omen Flicker ult coming in onto that Ignis, and it's a very easy cleanup with that Kriknak. Omen and Kriknak, Omen and Krixie, Omen and Elsu. Such nice combos, very nice draft by BRU here in retrospect. I really thought HKA has the better draft here, because playing around your Slayer lane is not the best option in this meta. You want to play around the Abyssal Dragon, like BRU has been doing in the past 2 games, where they camped with that Raz and Kefani in the bot lane, got that first tower with outranging the enemies, and just pressuring that constantly. That's the best way to play Arena of Valor right now, because you want to get your marksman ahead. It is the most broken role, not the most broken role, but the strongest carry in the game, right? It out damages everything. It is really insanely strong with those crit items. So you want to get that marksman ahead. However, especially with a double marksman comp, you want to gank the marksman lane so you can poke these towers with 2 marksmen. That's the whole point of that combo, right? However, HKA just made that mistake and didn't play around that. Tried to help this this Emily, and that just does not work after Kriknak is already fed, okay? Now we have again just Ignis getting completely caught out, and now the Omen once again catching that Joker, and now just such a nice ult coming in by Zip, sucks up Omen and goes in deep, knocks up 3 people. They finish off the whole team fight, and this is a huge blowout for the side of BRU. Is this gonna be the first 4-0 we will see in this tournament? We'll see. It definitely seems like it will be a 3-0. I highly doubt HKA can come back in this game right now, because that is just a crazy stomp. I really didn't expect. I thought HKA would win against BRU after watching those Bazaar games. BRU didn't seem too clean, but HKA seems to be just worse all across the board, honestly, in every single role, I would say even. The jungler is getting completely out-jungled, the marksman is getting completely out-marksmaned. We have the mid laner, Nunu, of course, one of the greatest mid laners. I already told you guys that I'm not too impressed by Easy most of the time, so that's a very easy choice there as well. Summer, Outcast is really, really insane, but Summer, again, just outclassing him this series so far. And then we of course have the support, and listen guys, no one cares about the supports, okay? We have a Zip, he's broken. Listen guys, you could, okay, you as a gaming pleb, as a gaming plebeian, okay, you could be playing Zip in this tournament, in the grand final even, and you would do the same thing, man. It is just such a stupidly broken hero. I'm just kidding, of course, guys. It is actually not an easy hero. You have to have very great macro to abuse his kit properly. Like, it really isn't an easy hero. Your ult is very, very pretty difficult to use, and now we have BRU just throwing. BRU is completely throwing this game. They were 11-2 ahead, and now it's 13-7. They just completely dropped 5 kills for no reason, and I don't think BRU Summer can push this tower there. We have the Joker doing really well now in those last couple, like last minute and a half. So, and now we have Zip getting poked here. Eland'orr cannot get into range. Zip is already very tanky. We have only a 3,000 gold lead. It was much larger a couple minutes ago. So BRU is definitely throwing this pretty hard here. We have the Omen just ulting Emily and running away. By the way, what do you think about this Omen skin? I see Darkbreaker uses it in every of his videos, but honestly, I mean, I don't have it, okay? So maybe this is just the jealousy that he has it, I don't. But I feel like the OG one, you know, Hope's Bane is still the best one, you know, in my opinion. Of course, Demonic Creation will just blow out all of these easily, but we don't have that yet in the EU. But yeah, I don't know, man. People seem to like this Moonlight Omen. I'm not too big of a fan of it. It seems kind of weird. Anyway, we have, of course, BRU trying to restabilize in this game after those throws. They should be able to get this Slayer very easily. This Alice can drop an ult, and definitely, yeah, never mind. She has to drop the ult defensively, otherwise Omen would just ult her. He has ult flicker available, so that's going to be very exciting to see. He is going for that Aegis. I really like that build. I'm still trying to get a video of it. It's a really, really nice build with Devil's Awakening. I'll show you guys very soon. But yeah, we have the Zip just rolling away. He's a little bit overextended, but that's why Zip is really strong as well. That ult doesn't really have such a long cooldown. I think it's like 30 seconds at this point, maybe even 25. It really isn't that long, and you can really just scout ahead. If you didn't notice, a lot of these supports that are really strong, like Lumber, what Lumber can do is he goes very deep to get vision, okay? Because that's what you want very deep vision. of the enemy jungle and stuff, because that's where you put a lot of pressure onto the enemies, and you can trap them and catch them out and out-rotate them. And something like a zip or a lumber, right? A lumber can just dash away from anyone's harm. The zip can just ult away. The lumber, if he really gets hard committed on, he dashes away, ults to slow them down, and then just runs away, and they can't chase him through the ult. So these are most of these really strong supports that can just really easily escape. Even if he has to ult, he ults, and then he won't die anyway. But he doesn't even have to ult, he just S1s, S2s the enemy that is chasing him, and then he can dash away. And yeah, it's just a very, very apparent what the support meta is currently. Of course, we have stuff like Alice, but she is just so incredibly broken that, that it doesn't matter what she does. But even she can just easily run away, dropping her ult, slowing the enemies down. And if you compare it to something like Annette, she can ult away, sure, but at the end of the day, she is way worse at doing that. While her kit is still very strong, she's not as picked as often anymore. And I think Rui is actually disabled in this tournament, because we would have seen her otherwise. But Rui is also one of those that can't really run away too well. She can, of course, teleport away if she doesn't get knocked away and stuff from it. But yeah, anyway, that's it with that little support intermission there. Of course, Omega also can run away. That is one of the new, fresh support picks in this tournament. And yeah, something funny actually, Toro would fit that role very well. And I think Toro is very strong, but he's disabled in all these tournaments because a lot of regions don't have him, because yeah, they ran into copyright issues with Blizzard and their Tauren race in World of Warcraft. Fun fact there, okay? That's why NA will never get Toro. You guys will never get Toro in your game, because it is, yeah, unless they rework his model. Huge throw again coming in by F1, not F1, by just BRU in general. Summer and F1 there, completely overextending, getting caught, and this game is just getting extended more and more because BRU is not playing too clean. They were playing two very, very clean games up until this point, and the early game of this one was the cleanest out of all of them, but now Nunu also gets caught here. I think he's just dead. Yeah, he is just dead. They get a return kill onto Joker at least, but that zip should have just jumped out, and now this Elsu is just melee ranging an Emily. I don't know what is going on, but he gets saved by the zip. But that was really funny, just melee ranges, man. I don't know if you thought he can 1v3 there. Don't think so. Definitely don't think so. Elsu is not Laville, where he can really just 1v3 and hit all three people at the same time. We have a rock shield coming in by Omen. Very, very good item on Omen. Very underrated once again. Just in general, a very underrated item. I think it's good on Emily as well. I think she should drop her Spear of Longinus. They pick up that Slayer once again. Emily just gets instantly one-shot after her Blade of Eternity. And we have Ignis being able to run away. Now Omen is gonna ult this Eland'orr though, and that is another death for the Eland'orr. Emily's still dead. 17 minutes, 18 minutes into the game, 17 to 11. These games are very, very bloodthirsty. That is super fun to watch. But yeah, we have the Elsu just completely gets one-shot by Joker. This is what I'm talking about with Joker counters Elsu if he overextends, right? And that was just a little bit too close to the enemies there. Huge outplay coming in by that Ignis, doing a ton of damage to that Kriknak. I want to see his build. I want to see his build right here. That is going to be fun to try out, because I feel like he did a little bit more damage than a usual Ignis. And I don't see him slowing people with Frosties, so we'll see if that is true or if I'm just tripping. Ignis build, yeah, he has a Staff of Newell, boys. He has the Frosty still, but he has a Staff of Newell. So definitely a little bit more of an aggressive choice. But honestly, against the Squishy, I would deal more damage with my Evil Secrets. It's probably because the only build I play now lately on Ignis is truly that Frostcape build. It is so fun. I think it might not be the most optimal one in a lot of cases, but in also a lot of other cases, it is really, really strong, really optimal, and it is just so much fun seeing that Frostcape effect coming out on the ground is just so much fun in my opinion. So yeah, That is why I probably, because he has a Katis, I don't build a Katis then in that case. So yeah, definitely less damage coming in for me. But we have Omen once again ulting, this time the Emily. And she is just really tanky. She just don't drop at all. But while that was going on, while Omen was just buying time for his team to do that enriched Abyssal Dragon, and now F1 has that Dark Blessing buff, okay? And that is just gonna make him, he has the Blade of Eternity as well, he can sell it into a Death Sickle, so he has 3 lives, okay? He has 4 lives essentially. He can die 3 times without actually dying, so yeah, that is just gonna be crazy in the next team fight. If they can force a fight, he is gonna do not only a ton of damage to everybody, because he can, he not only has that Enraged Abyssal Dragon damage buff, but also because of all these revives, he can really just go in deep and just try to maximize his ult and hit as many people as he can. And now we have that zip shenanigan coming in. And this is just gonna be ridiculous, guys. This is gonna be so incredibly stupid. They're stalling the mid lane wave, and they are probably not even gonna go for a top lane tower. They're gonna get this a bit Dark Slayer. They're gonna use the Drake in the mid lane with that triple stacked wave by Zip. And yeah, never mind, he dropped some of them. He didn't stack them on top of each other. Mistake coming in by Zip there, but he will still get a double wave here, I believe. Where's the next wave? Can they clear it? They're gonna poke it here. Yep, they're poking it. It's fine though. It's still half health on that. Ooh, Zip just goes deep now. Zip is rolling in, boys. He just sprints away. But he just brought them the minion wave and let them clear it for free. That was hilarious, man. He must be trolling it. That's why I'm telling you though, you need to play Zip very well. This, in my opinion, is not good enough. Zip can do much more, okay? We've seen J-Jack at this point. I mean, this isn't even that hard. But it's just, these pro players, Zip is perma-banned in every single game, in ranked, in everywhere, okay? So they don't get to practice this often, and you also have to get to this late game scenario, 20 minutes in, where you can really start sucking up these super minions. So again, he just doesn't get to that point very often, so he doesn't get to practice that. So I get, but still, man, it's not that hard, come on, man. Anyway, we have Omen, doesn't have his flicker available, but still has his ult, and he can just swoop in from that exposed mid lane and get a flank from that side, which he's trying to do here. You can see he's really eager on using that ult there. He's trying to step in a little bit every single time, try to catch out somebody. But again, they are not able to get this. I don't think BRU is playing this too clean, man. I really disappointed by their performance here. They could have ended this game 8 minutes ago at the very least, okay, if they played a clean game of Arena of Valor. However, this is a little bit disappointing, not gonna lie. We'll see if they can step it up and finally close this out. You can see the F1 and the Kriknak and the Omen are trying to get a flank here from the side. Omen has his flicker available, so you can get that ult flicker onto somebody, no counterplay. If he gets it onto, I would get it onto Ignis. He seems to be the hard carry right now, this game. I was clowning on Easy earlier, however, he's definitely outperforming Nunu this game. It is what it is. Zip gets caught a little bit, loses half his health, but that's okay. He can just suck up some minions and heal back up. That is all good, that's how Zip works. And yeah. 3k goal lead, but it doesn't matter at this point at all. This is just all about who's better in the late game. And honestly, I would give it to HKA. They are still just behind in terms of pressure, but I feel like BRU is missing their window here. We might see a 2-1 coming in for HKA because BRU just missed their window completely. They hard outplayed them. Ooh, nice flicker by Ignis, gets away, and now this Krixie is just getting wrecked here, just gets completely one-shot. Has the Blade of Eternity though, but still gets picked off right after. I think he sold Arctic Orb into it, so that's very well played. But yeah, you can see HKA is starting to win these team fights, because at the end of the day, man, if you have an Eland'orr in the late game, it is just so incredibly strong. Ignis, Alice, these three are just hard carrying this late game of HKA right now. Omen catches out that Eland'orr, but it is not enough. The Dark Blessing gets used. Omen has Arctic Orb, sells his Blade of Eternity into it. Very nice, gets away. However, Nunu gets caught. He is definitely dropping the ball here, and we'll see if this Elsu gets anything. He does not. He is just gonna steal that blue buff though. Alice on a secret mission there, able to teleport away. And yeah, it is definitely still very, I don't know, it's still a good position in terms of macro for the side of BRU here. They have the Dark Slayer, they only need to get one more tower and the game is pretty much over at that point. But HKA is winning these fights now, and Zip is constantly getting caught right now. He is getting caught a little bit too much. I get, I was explaining it earlier, you want to stay deep to get deep vision, but at some point you need to play also safe, okay? And you can't just always be getting, like every single time you go back to the bushes, you get poked to half HP, use your ult to escape, go back to the base to heal, get back to the map instantly into a bush again and get poked all over again every 20 seconds. That's just ridiculous right now. Omen gets completely killed here. Only managed to ult an Alice, which doesn't even drop. She's way too tanky, and I think HK is completely gonna blow over this team fight. Elsu is able to jump away, but Kriknak gets killed as well. And this is just not a good sight to be seeing by BRU. And HK is just getting clowned the whole series, right, up until this point. So I feel like, yeah, we'll see how one of these teams will perform in the finals. But definitely right now, not looking too hot for either of those. I mean, BRU maybe just having a bad game, but guys, they are having a bad 15 minutes right now, okay? That is a pretty large time for a little choke. Ooh, Nunu is redeeming himself, gets a solo kill onto that Joker, completely catches him out. That's what I was talking about in the draft. Krixie is really good against Joker in those situations. So we'll see if, yeah, she just clears that mid lane wave, and we'll see if BRU will be able to secure this Slayer. They will definitely be able to. It should be very simple here. 20 seconds left on the timer, and we have more than 20 seconds left on Joker's respawn. What is that, man? What is that? Come on. What is going on right now? This is just horrible gameplay. This is just absolutely terrible what I'm seeing right now, guys. Guys, I'm really trying to not complain as much about these teams when they play cringe sometimes, but this is just so frustrating to see. You beat the enemies 2-0 so easily, just ahead at all times. You draft a worse comp, okay, but you operate the early game much better. Then the enemies just sleeping, just playing terribly around the macro early game with that Eland'orr ganking the Omen for some reason. And then you manage to throw an insane 8k gold lead, what was it? In the late game. That is just crazy, but Omen was able to get that last tier 3 tower, I believe. And now we just have, I mean, HK is winning these team fights, has that Slayer, has that Drake, but they are 3 towers down. Like they don't have towers anymore. That's what I'm trying to say. They lost all their 3 base towers. They will get this enraged Abyssal Dragon, most likely. Yeah, it doesn't seem like BRU is in a spot to fight. Oh, they're going in. They're going in. Let's see if Omen can get it. Let's see if Omen can get it. Omen gets it. Actually, Zip gets it with his S2. What? But now this is just a huge blowout. I think this team fight is just going to be easy for BRU now because they finally caught Eland'orr. And a dead Eland'orr is just an easy team fight victory. Zip doesn't have his ult, so he can't roll in. Oh, he just got it up. Beautiful, that's what I'm telling you. Zip ult has such a low cooldown, it's super broken. He used it to engage the fight and has it midway through the fight as well. And now we have 2 people dead. No endless cycles left for Shaolin, I believe. Omen ulting onto that Joker is able to survive. F1 very low, has still the Dark Blessing buff. And we have Joker getting caught now again. And the core is being destroyed. After a huge struggle 20-minute struggle, man. They could have ended this, honestly, 17 minutes ago. 12-minute mark would have been the finishing, destroying the enemy core for BRU here if they played a clean game of Arena of Valor. However, they dropped the ball. We'll see who gets the MVP. I believe it will be either Elsu or Kriknak, although Kriknak died quite many times, so we'll probably see it on Elsu. Zip. Never mind. It is the in-game MVP, guys. Definitely not MVP in my book. He did really well that last team fight, but I think the MVP should go to, yeah, definitely Kriknak, but he had too many deaths. 12-5. Honestly, probably Omen. Omen had some really nice engages. Omen was probably the deciding factor in this game. So, yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this. 34% damage on Nunu, still very nicely played. Joker dealing as much damage as Ignis in the late game is very, very well played by that Joker. So again, a player I was flaming in the early game managed to prove me wrong here. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure to subscribe to not miss game, what is that? Game 4 after this one will be coming today as well. And yeah, if you did enjoy, also leave a like, and I will see you guys the next time. Peace out, boys. Bye-bye.